Hi everybody, and welcome to this video log on plant information management and information structures. So plant or facility projects are very demanding and require enormous volumes of detailed information from various information sources. Information structures from different stakeholders and in most cases also from different companies. This video log is an attempt to describe the different information structures and how they tie into each other on a high level. I would be very happy if you could comment, state your views, and maybe help me complement the picture. So one of the first structures would be the project execution structure, or the work breakdown structure. It is key to plan, staff, execute, and measure the progress of the project. It is usually developed in solutions like Primavera or Saffron. And in addition, there's not only one BBS structure. Throughout the project, there are a lot of them, and they all tie into the other information structures. So the functional structure, or the tag structure, represents the functional decomposition of the multidiscipline plant design, which includes design from process engineering, mechanical, piping, material and installation, electrical, and instrumentation and civil. The information from these disciplines are usually 2D process flow diagrams, PFDs, piping and instrumentation diagrams, or P&IDs for short, general arrangement drawings, ducting and instrumentation diagrams, material lists, etc. And in addition, there is usually a more or less multidiscipline 3D plant model as well. And all of this information needs to be consolidated and monitored against the project execution plan, or the VBS. Information in the functional structure is usually classified in accordance with some kind of a standard in order to better aid consolidation of data and interoperability between disciplines and or companies in the supply chain. The location structure represents the physical location, so where stuff is supposed to be installed. This structure is typically an area structure divided in areas and zones, or buildings, floors, and rooms. By separating the functional location structure, so the tag structure, and the location structure, it becomes possible to trace the tag for a cable that spans multiple locations, like multiple floors, rooms, or areas. And the more civil and structural or conventional facilities there are in a project, the more important this structure becomes, as they to a lesser degree have tag information in their deliverables to the project, but a lot of location-centric information. Already now, the number of information structures and their interactions becomes quite complex, and we've still only covered plant engineering and execution. As the plant design is starting to mature, discussions are started with equipment vendors and service providers who can supply equipment that fulfills the requirements stated in the plant design, the functional structure. This can be pure off-the-shelf products or engineer-to-order products. What they all have in common is a product design or an engineering bill of material, which is far more detailed than both the EPC, so the engineering procurement construction company, and ultimately the operator is interested in. But it is vital to the product development. Right now there is a debate regarding how much project-specific information is really needed, as even off-the-shelf products need to be documented quite rigorously for each delivery, so for each corresponding tag in a project. And this has led to an explosion in cost. Based on the product design, a commercial structure or a sales bill of material is devised from the product manufacturer. This structure includes what needs to be procured and how the company intends to sell the product in question. If it is an off-the-shelf product, this structure is, along with engineering bill of material, quite generic. But if it is an engineer-to-order product, they are quite specifically tailored to each project delivery. The result of a product sales in a project will, from the product manufacturer, mean that a more or less structured supply bill material is created. This information structure captures how the product is intended to be supplied. This includes whether it should be assembled in the product manufacturer's workshop and then be shipped to site, or if the product needs to be shipped in crates and assembled on the site itself. The warehouse structure, or the warehouse system, at the project site must be populated with information from the product suppliers regarding what product deliveries are scheduled for installation and what products are going into the warehouse as spares. The physical devices with serial numbers are recorded, usually in an MRO system, and mated with a tag or functional location they are supposed to fulfill in the plant. The physical delivery for the product to be installed includes supplier documentation, product documentation, spare parts lists, and certificates. The relationship between functional structure, so the tag, and physical structure, the serial numbers, and the physical products which you can touch, constitutes the basis for installation and commissioning procedures. Each product delivery undergoes mechanical completion tests to make sure it fulfills the requirements set by the tag requirements, and as the plant is more and more finished, subsystems are tested and undergoes commissioning procedures. Then bigger and bigger systems until hot commissioning is performed on the entire plant. All the information represented by the functional structure and the physical structure in the end represents documentation for operation, or DFO for short, and is the basis from which the operator can operate and maintain the plant in a regulatory, compliant, and safe manner. Now, this all looks very sequential and nice, but in reality, the information needs to flow back and forth between operator, EPC, and product companies, all the way from early design throughout installation, commissioning, and ultimately operations and maintenance. So how can all this information be consolidated, managed, and distributed to the various stakeholders in a plant project at the right time and with the right quality? More on that on later video logs.